Hello and welcome to episode 4. I think it is now. Is it 4? Is it 3? I think it's 4. Welcome to episode 4. Now today what we're going to be doing is finally getting those melon and pumpkin farms done. I have spent too long wanting those farms and not enough time having the farms, and yeah, I don't know why I've got this thing on my head. I think I killed a bat and just put it on there. Yeah, as we can see through here, I have actually done stuff. So I think it's time to rewind time a little bit and go through how I got all of that. So up here, I've got a bit of ice and a few knickknacks here. All the seeds, that's going to be a little bit of lighting source. I've got my quartz for the observers, stone for stony things, grass for the somewhere to put the seeds, loads of redstone, glass lanterns, loads of iron, sticks, wood, the gold, and a heck of a lot of cobblestone. And with all of that, I'm hoping to craft all of the actual components I'm going to need. So that's the raw ingredients. I'm going to sit here for a little while in the crafting table and make everything to actually do the farm. There was a slight miscalculation on the amount of redstone that I was going to need. I needed to come and get a little bit more, so I thought I'd just come down to the mines, get a bit of diamonds, get a bit of redstone. No diamonds yet, just some more redstone. While I was down here lighting these little caves up near my base, I just caught a glimpse of that with a trial chamber right next to it. And I'm wondering if anyone's been in there yet. That could be a little interesting thing. I would really like it if that has got a slime spawner in it. I'm not going to go in there now to check it out, but it will be something for a future episode. I might even see if somebody else wants to come and do it with me. And it turns out that that trial chamber, just over there, is right where I was here getting some obsidian. I was getting the obsidian from... Oh, placed it against the torch there. I was getting my obsidian from here in a previous episode through one of those tunnels. So if I just went a little bit further on, I would have found that. I might just break through there quickly just to see if there is any evidence of it being used already, or being looted, raided, whatever you call it when somebody goes into a trial chamber. I'm not going to do it. I'm just want to find out what the situation's like with it. I've got no more torches on me. I think this is a fresh one. Oh, water, is that normally like that in a trial chamber? Yes, it is. Yeah, I think this is a fresh one. Nobody's been here yet. Very good. Yeah, for a bit of fun, I might see if somebody in my little area wants to come and join in with this. Yeah, could be interesting. We've got Mira, she'd probably do it. Cat Lady, Pancake Evelina, don't know. And Ty, he might do it as well. Yeah, could be a good bit of fun, that. Ta-da! It looks a lot better there now. And I've crafted all the components I think I'm going to need, and hopefully I'll have a few little extra left over, because when I was getting the shopping list, for instance, for the rails, I was rounding everything up, so it might turn out that I'll have a bit of this left over. I've also got all of that there. Oh, time to sleep. I've got all of this here as well, all my glass, and that lot down there hasn't changed. I've got my comparators and hoppers and repeaters. A lot of that has stayed the same. Yeah, I think all that has stayed the same. So I think I've got everything to get going with this now. We finally have the beginnings of the farming area. That is pretty much what it's going to look like on the pumpkin side. 3 of those, one there, there and there. And then on the melons, 9 of them all along there. This should do me really well having all of these really close, loaded all the time. This is going to be really good when it gets going. Getting a little bit closer now. Got the 3 in place there. I had to move this dispenser back. I think in the previous clip it was around here somewhere. I was forgetting that I'm going to be putting a clock in here that's going to be sending the minecart away. So this has come back a little bit, and the same with all of those. The plan is for all of these to dispense all of their pumpkins from each of those into a water column, and then they'll all come shooting along and into a big line of chests down here. And these are my little lighting sources that I was going to be using. I've got the Vanilla Tweaks texture pack that gives you a variety of different carved pumpkins. And I figured, well, if you're going to use the carved pumpkins like that, you might as well have them facing out. Seems a shame to have them all facing in so you don't see them. I need to do this next. This needs to be all farmland. Under all of these, by the way, is one of those with a little bit of water in it. Yeah, I'm going to make all this farmland and put all the pumpkins in. And I think after that, it's going to be the observers on them. Something that I've never actually known with these farms is what would be better. Because there's 2 different types of pattern you can do here. Now, personally, I'm not really bothered which one I'm going to go for. I think it's probably a bit trivial, really. But you could either do it like this, so that you've got the bit in the corner there. The alternative is doing it like that, so that the corner is not a bit of farmland. And I'm not sure what is going to work out to be better. Like if you're really serious about this and you're trying to get the most rates possible, does anyone know if there would be a difference? Because there you'd have a stem and it would have, I don't know, I think the way it works, I could be wrong, but I think the game checks to see how many spawning areas it is for the pumpkins or the melons to go onto. So there it would be 2. So that's, I don't know, it's just stem would be there. It's got a possibility of growing there or there. Would that be faster than having the stem there and only having a possibility of it being there? Or maybe that'd be better because that stem has got 3 possibilities. Same as that one, 3 possibilities. Whereas that one in the corner is now limited to only 2. Yeah, I really don't know what would be better. Or is that the way it's worked out with the speed? How many possible spawning areas there are? Or is it the sheer number of stems? Because doing this pattern, you will have more stems. Doing this pattern, you end up with more spawnable places. Food for thought, really. I don't really care as long as they're all the same, personally. I'm probably going to go with this one. I'm just going to flip a coin and say I would rather have them have more spaces for them to grow onto rather than more stems. Yeah, that'll do me. I'm going to go with that pattern. All of the observers are now in with all the crops underneath them. I just need to get under there and do the pistons now. For that, I've got myself a couple of trapdoors. And normally, if we had wings, I would use my elytra and just double space and crawl under there. But we haven't got it yet. So, for the time being, it's going to have to be a trapdoor. Ta-da! Pistons in place. Dun 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 dun. And for the last one, we get rid of this. Hop on down here. And throw it there. That just needs a few little blobs of redstone on it. And that's pretty much functional. No minecart to collect it yet. Redstone done. Yeah, that is pretty much the farm done. I've got to finish these off and then do basically the same over there with the melons. The difference with the melons is going to be these dispensers here are going to be crafters, and they're going to be crafting the melons into melon block, or crafting the melon slices into melons. I forget the actual names of these items. Here is how we are looking now. It's slowly getting there. Actually, I say slowly, this is actually going pretty quickly. There's not much to build here, really. I've got the clock in there, just a simple hopper clock. The rate that that's going at the moment is going to be adjusted. I've just put it in there so I can see what it's doing. And as you see here, the observer is going to go into the repeater and power this rail. And that's going to be just enough for a minecart to go off. There it is. By the time the minecart gets back, it could potentially have maybe, let's just say, if it's got a stack of items in it, it needs to sit there for enough time for it to go through the hopper. So if there's less than a stack in there, by the time it gets back with a stack, then it will be shot off too early. So I just need to figure out, or just make sure that whatever it returns with, it's going to have enough time in the clock to actually get rid of all the items before it gets sent away again. And this signal is going the same way over here. It's going to trigger the minecart that sits there, and it's going to come all the way over here and do exactly the same on this farm. This here is going to shoot out all the items. Many people have seen this before. And so on. All the items will be sent up a bubble column all the way along here and into the storage chests. I think that should be enough. I was thinking about doing shulker loaders, but I don't think I'm going to need to. If this fills up, that is going to be plenty of emerald trades I'm going to be able to get. Absolutely plenty. So I don't think I need a shulker loader for this. No, I really don't. Yum, 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 yum. And up here, what I'm going to have, just on the end here, coming out from this ice, I'm going to have a little system that I'm probably going to have a block coming off here, there. So I'm probably going to read that, and when that's got a certain number of items in, let's say over a stack of items, this will activate. It will dispense some lava so that any items that do keep coming in here will just get set on fire and won't cause a load of lag. I'm just moving this ice line back a little bit. This one wasn't here a minute ago, so it was going to come. The items were going to come down here, go in here. The lava was going to be there for when it's full, but when it's not full, that needs to be a sign so that the water doesn't go into the lava. The problem with that is the water stream's going to be up here, here, and here, and then stop there. Items that would come along here, they would hit this water stream that's going that way, and I have tested it, and it does just about make it over there and into the hopper, but it's a little bit too close. They slow down a little bit too much, so I'm going to bring this ice line back a bit to here. So now the items will come down here. We'll have a water stream here, here, and here now. So things, when they come along here, they will get pushed round here and the water will stop there. So that will give them a little bit more momentum to actually reach the hopper. So I'm just changing that up now. All that can stay there. That's the lava dispenser. It's just this bit of ice and a little bit of glass surrounding it. All fixed now. I've put it in a better place, and now, oh, don't want to fall. Oh yeah, I made myself a little place to come out here. So now this ice path here, instead of going into that block, it's now going into that block. So the items will have more of a bit of a whoosh as they go down there, guaranteeing that they end up in the hopper there. I've got myself a little stair there, so that the items can come through and tuck in there a little bit. Put that back there because we don't need to... Oh. Actually, I do need to come down here. I need to put those back in place and put those back in place. To do this, I did have to go and get my boots with Depth Strider on. It was getting very annoying fighting the current along here. So what this is going to do, when the signal gets to that bit there, so I think this will end up with a stack and a bit items. I'm not sure exactly how many. But when it does go in there, it will trigger that repeater, which will activate the observer. Get up. The observer will fire this target block, which will fire this, which will be a bit of lava in there. And I've just noticed my piston there that's going to push there cannot be there. So take that out. The stair is going to go there. Let's get that and correct that quickly. Stair goes there. I knew there was a reason why I was using a stair. It's so you could get to the chest, not items into the hopper. Yeah, so the items will come through here. No, we're talking about the lava. That will trigger the dispenser, so it will put a little bit of lava in there. And at exactly the same time, it will push this block out here to make sure the lava doesn't go anywhere else. Because I don't know exactly how much of this is going to be exposed. I might not have a block there. I'm not too sure what the build around it's going to be. So this is just going to push out. So it puts items there. I wonder if I can demonstrate quickly. No lava. But, you know what, I'll chuck a couple of stacks of something in. There we go. You heard the click and you heard the piston go. So that would have put lava in there. And in a moment, the items will all be depleted. And this will click and that will push back again when that signal changes. Or when the signal gets down to 1 and 0. There we go. Click and a pullback, turning the lava off. Hopefully that made sense. Oh, and at the same time, it also lit up the bulb for me. The signal that's coming off there. When that stone block gets powered, it will turn the bulb on. So it will let me know that there's a lot of items in there and I need to do something about it. That can go back there for now. All that's left is, yeah, I need a little bit of lava in there. That can be filled in. Don't need any of that anymore. So lava in there and put the hopper minecarts in. It's complete and it's working very, very well. I've put in the hopper clock full hopper's worth, so 5 stacks of items. Now, I'm not too sure how many minutes that is. I was aiming for it to be about 3 minutes, but with all the other stuff that I don't understand, that 1 tick or 1 second is, I don't know, 3 game ticks, and a game tick is 5 items. I don't know. It makes no sense to me. There's going to be a reason for it all, but I don't understand it. I just chuck things in a hopper and see what it does. They've just been sent away now. Let's put the hitboxes on. Here they come back. Yay, look at that. It's all working. Perfect. And it all makes its way into here. What I'm going to do now, I've got some lava in there. I'm just going to show a little bit better about what it's doing. I'm going to get rid of that hopper below. I'm going to get rid of that chest there. And I'll manually be chucking stuff in that hopper so it doesn't go anywhere now. So when this gets full, ta-da, that's what it will do. It'll chuck a bit of lava there, push the piston out, and this lamp will turn on. And then when it all goes, it's back to normal. Now I just need to build 9 more. Something that I think I'm going to change with this is the top chest. I've noticed this with several farms that I've had in the past. When the hoppers are like this, there always seems to be a couple of items that end up in the top chest, and then a load of space in the middle, and then a few down the bottom here. So what I've tried to change is the hopper at the back. That used to be ice. So that hopper there was the same. That hopper there was ice. So I wanted to try and see if that made any difference. And so far, so good. I don't know why it does that. It's not going to make any difference to the flow of the items. They're still going to be able to get through. They'll just, where that was ice before and they were sailing along, if anything, they're even more guaranteed to go into the system. But I don't know why that has any change to what goes into this hopper. Like I say, when that was ice, and it wasn't a hopper leading into the back there, that was getting filled with a couple of items. I think if it doesn't make a difference, if after a few cycles of this chest still starts filling up with a couple of things, I might take this top chest out and have this hopper feeding directly into that. I don't know. Maybe it's coming from a side is different from being fed in from the top in this arrangement. I don't know. I'm just testing a few things. So for now, that has changed, and I'm going to keep my eye on it. Is it about to go again in a moment? Oh, it is actually. Let's see if I get any items in. That just needs to get to signal strength 15. There it is, and off they go. So this here is empty. Yeah, some have made their way through. Now, I don't know if that's because some were sliding all the way along here and getting into that hopper, or if this makes no difference at all. I think I'm going to block that off. So now everything is definitely going to go into that hopper. That way I will know if going into this hopper from the back there is different from items going directly into it. Because for some reason I've just got a feeling that if the hopper is being fed into by another hopper, then yeah, I've got no clue. Not a clue. I'm just messing about. The minecarts are about to return again. No items in there. Hopefully this will make a difference and nothing will be in the top chest. That's all done. Oh, possibly something has worked. Nothing down there either. Well, that's just the junk that I've been throwing in there. Okay, so that does work. And the good news is, if that does work, my backup plan was to, as I say, get rid of this chest and have it so the items feed in from the top. So this one down here would be the new top. And I'd keep that hopper there and things will be fed in from above. But if I don't need to do that, I don't need this sticky piston here either. That can go, because the lava will go into there. That can be a solid block or a full block. Any build that I put around it, that can be anything. The piston was there before because I didn't know what block was going to be over here, if there was going to be a block. Maybe I'm just justifying the piston being there and enjoying the overcomplication of it. Who knows? But anyway, piston gone. This is about to fire again. Hopefully again, no more items will arrive in here. Time for the moment of truth. What will it do? So this is the second time I'm trying this. Splish, 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 splash, splish. Oh, what a relief. That is good to know. Okay, so for future farms, because as I say, I've noticed that before. The items go into these top chests first, or not first. The bottom one tends to gets filled up from the bottom to the top for the vast majority of the time. But every now and then you get little trickles of items in here. It's nice to know that that is what was causing the issue. Yeah, really nice to know that. I'm going to do another little test. I'm going to put that back to how it was and just see what happens. That will fire in a moment. Let's see what that does. If items go in there, then that is definitely the cause of the problem. And I have no idea why. Maybe some smart Minecrafter out there knows what on earth is going on with this and why it's different when a hopper feeds into it. Me, I'm just guessing. Guessing and messing. Nothing in there? I think we're going to have some items in there. I don't know how many, but it will be some. There you go. We've got some in there. That's definitely the cause of the problem. But it's nice to know that it has been figured out. It's been resolved. And I can't move anywhere. Ich kann schon do it. There we go. Get rid of that. Replace that. Replace that. Andesite there. So that is back to normal. Or reworked normal. And now I know to copy that over there and for future farms. Bit annoying that you have to do that. But there you go. Minecraft. Gotta love it. I've just been asked if there is any powered rails I've got left over. And luckily enough, there are some. I'm pretty much done with, these are where the melons are going to go, and pretty much all the rails are in. I don't think I need to put any more in. They're all under there. No more is going to be coming up to this farm. And whatever farm I do next, I'm going to have to start shopping all over again anyway. So the powered rails I've got, I will quite happily donate to Ty. Let's see what he said quickly. I can't pick him up after dinner, or you can leave him in the farm place. You'll know where I'm working. Yeah, I'll go and deliver that. I could do with a little bit of a break from doing this anyway. I might just finish off the glass on that little module. Yeah, I've got enough glass for that. And then I'll go give the powered rails. I'll see how many I've got left. None in the inventory. Yeah, because I chucked them all back in the chest because I knew I was done with them. I've got 64 there and 26 there. Let's just have a little look again because I don't want to donate all of them and then realise I haven't got any and I have to craft them again. You know, no, I've got some gold in reserve. I can use that. So yeah, I'll chuck all this over to them. What's best, boat or horse? I think I'm going to boat over to him. I was just about to leave and I thought I'd be a little bit curious as to how much the pumpkins have produced since I've been making all of that there. And last time I left this chest, it had about 5 stacks in it, I think. Luckily, nothing else has popped up there. Oh. Wow, yeah, that's really, really good. I think maybe to put all this down, I did have a few breaks. I stood in the corner and went AFK for maybe 10 minutes or so just to have a screen break. But that, I don't know, maybe that took 45 minutes to an hour with the break as well. So that's really amazing. I'll be really happy when this fills up and I see that light come on. Yum, 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 yum. And here we are at ties. So apparently I should be able to easily figure out what he's working on and leave it there. I don't know. All I can do is follow the little AFK dot because I think it all looks the same to me. This all looks the same. That looks the same. Yeah, I don't know what he's working on, but I can identify maybe. I see a name tag. That is death. Aha. Down there somewhere. Ooh. Aha, got him. Right. In that case, we shall leave it maybe out here. There. Let's put that there, that there. Ooh. Leave a breadcrumb trail. Breadcrumb trail. Yeah, he'll see this. Nice. What to do with these? 3 left over. That's awkward, isn't it? One there, one there. And one there. I'm sure he'll see that. I've finally got all the melons in place now, and all the crafters are here for each module, and all of them are going up to the top, meeting along here. And soon the minecarts are going to go for the first time as soon as this counts down. What we've got down the bottom is nothing, and at the top, nothing. This is the first time the minecarts are going to go off. These farms have been going almost all since I've been building the rest of this. So I imagine there will be quite a lot of items. That looks all good. After this, I'll go around each farm and make sure there's no entities sat in them. And hopefully these should be melons rather than melon slices. Yes, so they're all doing their job. They're all doing their crafting. That looks like it. Oh no, one more there. That's this farm still going. That's it now. And we've still got loads to go. A little bit of a countdown left still. That's pretty good. Let's have a little look at the chests. Hey! I'm going to go and make sure all of these minecarts are moving. There we go. So I know these three are going. These three are going. And these three are going. That is absolutely perfect. And I want to make sure that they're all actually ejecting their items and the hoppers are actually being unloaded. Yep. 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 That one I might have been too slow for. That's working. That's working. I might have been too slow to see this one. So I'll go to the middle one after this. Yeah, the next time it goes, I want to check the middle one and these front three. I'm sure the front ones were working, but when all the items were being spat out, my eyes, I wasn't really paying attention to these front tubes. I was more looking at the mine carts and these water streams back here. So I know a load at the back work. I need to check the middle and the front ones. How are the pumpkins doing? Very nice. Meow, 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 meow. Yeah, it is working. Oh yeah, the front ones. Oh, I forgot to see it again. Okay, front ones on the next time. Oh, I don't need to be up here for that. Oh, I've just noticed I haven't filled this one with a water column. Oh, that's a bit silly of me. Ice, that, and dirt. I think that's it. I'll take the size just in case. I'll take some glass just in case. It is it here? Yes, it's right there. So the sign is going to have to go, that's going to be bubble column. There. That's the one. Bit of dirt. Bit of ice. Break that. Put all that back. Now we can check the front three. They're all coming back now. And there's one at the end that isn't working. I don't know if I did something wrong here. Ah, you're permanently powered. Something must have gone into the craft by mistake. Yeah, look, a bit of kelp. There we go. Wasn't working because a little bit of kelp went in there. Where did I dump it? There. Ta-da! Okay, time for one last more. Looking at the one on the right. Yay! It's all coming up. Boing. Boing. Yes, perfect. I would say I've got two beautiful working farms. Well, I say beautiful, mediocre. What I need to do with this now is, as far as functionality goes, nothing. It all works. At some point, I will probably put a wall down the side. You know, a couple of little wooden archways, maybe, so you can peer into it. Because there's no reason to go anywhere further, but yeah, this bit can be made to look a little bit better, but the rest of it, yeah, it's great. Clearly a farm of some sort, but I can't quite tell what. I've been gone for about a week, and yeah, this is definitely a farm. Oh, I don't. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to come here and see this. Jeez, that looks nice. Ty's been busy over here. Really good job there, Ty. I do need to have a word with Ty at some point to see if I can somehow take some of the bamboo from here and put into a smelter. Because I think I recall saying that I would put a smelter here. And I think it would be really good if I could use some of the bamboo to fuel the smelter. An original idea, or the idea that I first had, was to do kelp to fuel the smelter. But I have used it before and it's not that good. You do need quite a lot of it. You know, quite a big kelp farm to fuel a smelter. Probably not so bad if it's running, or if the kelp farm is running quite a lot. Let's say Cat is online, Evelina and Mira, they're loading this place. The smelter could be full of kelp and nobody's using the smelter. That's great, but that's not always going to be the case. So I don't think kelp would be a good fuel for a smelter. Could be wrong, but I'm not a big fan of it personally. So I think it would be better if this bamboo farm has got enough excess, because I do see that he's auto crafting a lot of things. I had a little nosy in here, and it looks like he's auto crafting chests and bamboo stuff. I'm guessing so. So I'm going to ask him when he's on. I don't think he's on now. No. If I can maybe set up a little hopper chain. I don't know where his storage or his collection system is. Set something up that runs under the pathway into the smelter. When the smelter is full of bamboo planks or logs, whatever it is that might need, then it shuts off the diversion and carries on filling that. And then when this needs more fuel, it opens up again. Something like that. I'm sure I'll be able to fit something like that in. That's if he's okay with me doing this. If not, I might have to revisit some fuel ideas. But that will be for another episode. But it's nice to know that the smelter hasn't been done yet. Because being away for a week, it's a concern. You know, I could have come in and found the smelter that I had planned had been done, in which case I'd have done something else, or you know, all of this could be done, which means I wouldn't have had anything to make for the community. So that's good. At least smelter is available. What I think I'm going to do to wrap up this episode, because because I haven't really got much else planned for it, especially in the sense of maybe a time lapse, is just taking down some of this and clearing this area up, because I'm going to be getting some of this area ready soon, and when I do come to make the game, I'm going to want this to be a little bit more traversable, and it's a bit of a mess up here, and I can get rid of those now that I've finally made a farm for them. Yeah, and I want to flatten a bit of it out, not totally flat, just there's a few little blobs in the way that, I have to jump over them all the time to get to my boat. So yeah, I think it just needs a little bit of a tidy up. It's not much, but it will help me quite a bit, I think, because all the running I keep doing over to the boats over there from my storage here, having all those mounds there all the time was getting a little bit in the way, and all the trees. So flattening that out a little bit, that's gonna just speed that up a little bit. I mean, it looks a little bit nicer. Yeah, it'll do. It'll do. And it gave me a chance to put a little bit of music and a little time lapse into the video. With that, I think I'm just going to call it a day. Not too much. We've spent about, what, 40 minutes just doing a melon and pumpkin farm. Yeah, not too much, but next episode, I believe we're going to be hitting the end and doing a little bit of end raiding, and maybe, if we get time as well, a smelter for the community area. So for now, I'm going to say bye. Bye-bye.